Ok, să începem.
The serpent slumbers awaiting your decision. Is it time? Then enter, and I shall guide you along the serpent's path. But this is a journey you must undertake alone. Your escort cannot follow.
See you on the other side, Captain.
Ok. Sunt singurel.
You must walk the path. I am merely here to guide you along your way. The path lies before you, but it is up to you to walk it.
Da, mă, bine. Hai.
Before House Faroon, there were humans. First on Earth, then scattered among the stars. And like all humans, they were lost souls, wandering in the dark, looking for a path. One particular colony ship housed several hundred of these souls. They were each alone and isolated, individual tiny flames that could be snuffed out at a moment's notice.
Dacă să nu mă are.
But Jinang encountered the great serpent and was given the gift of knowledge. He shared his knowledge with those around him and lit the way for them. They followed his guidance and his light, and they cast aside the burdens of their former lives. And thus, House Maroon was born. Now you too have the chance to cast aside your burdens, to relieve yourself of anything that holds you back.
Cine se sacrifică? succede. trebuie sacrificat.
The people's hopes and fears and dreams were entrusted to the Great Serpent. They made the leap of faith that brought House Varun to greatness. You may now follow in their footsteps and take that same leap. Embrace the Great Serpent, and he will embrace you.
Hai să sărim.
The people of House Varun settled this world, at first in these very caves. Shinan Varun himself slept among them in these shelters. It was here that he spread the word of the serpent. It was here. And it was here that the people of House Varun first understood the truth of the shrouding. The Great Serpent's return. He will encircle the universe he created, and all those who do not follow will be cast into shadow. And the people weighed this knowledge against their former lives, and saw how they had been blessed despite the difficult new life that awaited them. You too would do well to feel that solace amidst the pain.
Hai să mă culc cu ora. Dar nu pot. This site.
Until that day comes, we are the voice and the hands of the Great Serpent. Our every act a sacrifice to hasten his return. Make now a sacrifice to prove your devotion. And remember, whether in life or in death, all must serve.
Da. Nu am văzut.
Let us begin the final ritual. While none since Jinang Darun have stood before the Great Serpent, we can all feel his presence. To solidify his bond, you are presented with a simple choice. Before you on this dais are several items. They represent different aspects of House Varun's connection to the Great Serpent. Pick the two that call to you. Place them on the altars. Offerings to the Great Serpent that he may fill you with his spirit and make you promise. And so you arise, one of the promised of House Varun. Did you feel the Great Serpent working within you? Do you feel born anew? Yes, your confidence is impressive. To truly commit to the Great Serpent requires utter devotion and unending obedience. I grant you the title of Reverend. All will know you. All will trust you. Above us, in the grand ship morning, jewel of the Varun fleet, the High Council awaits your arrival. Serve them. Serve the Great Serpent. All must serve.
Ok, trebuie să vezi cu Inisa. Să nu că mai e ceva de furat de pe aici. Change. Să mă face invizibil.
Greetings, Reverend. Welcome, Reverend. You stand before what remains of the High Council, advisors to Anasco Varun. We are all that is left after the disaster that has befallen our people. I represent House Dulkef. Jamal is from House Kadik. We are, all of us, hopeful that your arrival in Dazra and your clear connection to Anasco Varun, for the first time in weeks, represent some semblance of hope. But you do. We have only seen brief glimpses of him since the incident. But you heard him speak. How can that be taken as anything other than providence? Please, just allow us a moment to explain.
By all means, Malabor. I can't wait to see how you spend this.
Please, can we just for a moment...
Can we just for a moment what? Discuss whether or not to allow the first convert to House Varun since before any of us were born? A bit late on that, it seems.
You were not there. You did not see Anasco. It felt different. We have already wasted so much time...
You're correct. I was not there. Because you elected to travel to the spaceport on your own. And then decided this on your own.
Do not waste time with more bickering. Anasco, and by extension House Varun, suffers with every passing moment.
Of course, Lovek. My apologies. Please, Malabor. Do go on.
Anasco Varun, like his father before him, has relied on the teachings of Jinan to guide us. Anasco wondered if perhaps it was time to seek guidance directly from the Great Serpent, and so sought a means of reaching out.
Perhaps he found the teachings inadequate.
Careful, Kadik. You tread on dangerous ground.
I mean nothing by it. We simply were never consulted on the matter and do not know the full motive.
The point is that a series of experiments have taken place over the years, utilizing grav drive technology to hopefully make direct contact with the Great Serpent, similar to Jinan Varun's initial meeting.
And then something went wrong.
We do not know what happened. We were not inside the Scaled Citadel at the time.
Had we been, we wouldn't be standing here now. We'd be like the rest of them.
A great tide of energy emanated from the Scaled Citadel and swept across Dazra. Much was destroyed in its wake. Those caught in the blast have been left in a state of confusion, trapped halfway between our universe and the Vortex. The Citadel itself remains in such a state. Right there and yet beyond our reach. We can only assume that the experiment is still running, somehow preventing us from entering the Citadel. We cannot get in, so we cannot stop it. We're beginning to lose hope before you arrived. Forgive me, I am no scientist. It has only been a few weeks. There had been efforts to put together some kind of response, Your arrival and your interaction with Anasco shows that he can still be saved. A plan had been devised to access the Citadel, but the work stalled. Clearly, the current head of our science team...
You would speak with me.
Yes?
Mai nimic de ciordite pe aici. Hai.
Do you know the scientists out at Hamadi Station?
The old married couple? Azad and Shireen, if I remember right. I've met them a few times. They seemed a little eccentric, but were otherwise quite nice.
That's
Așa,
them, yes.
Space.
They're apparently looking for some help with their research. They made some kind of discovery.
Salutations.
Așa, hai să face asta.
Yes? Well, look who it is. You have made quite a stir, and given the state of things, that is a singular accomplishment. To what do I owe the honor, Reverend? Well, well. Progress, at last. Then your arrival is even more momentous than I will spare you much of the technical detail, as I confess that pieces of it One cannot help but notice the energy field around the scaled citadel. Until we can get through it, we cannot shut down the experiment. We had the beginnings of a plan to build a makeshift contraption to redirect grav drive energy to see if we could penetrate the barrier, but the project...
Sounds like maybe some things aren't so different out here after all.
Every one of the houses needs to contribute, and everyone realized they could potentially use it for leverage. What should have been a cooperative effort turned contentious. Easy decisions became negotiations. And so, construct... I suppose. I believe I've done enough complaining for now. Time, if you're here, the council has likely sent word to the houses that it's time to stop the infighting. I doubt it. I need to oversee construction here, make sure things are built to specifications. If you could follow up with the houses, that may... I appreciate that someone, House Fetal owes us, House Kadik and Hasmek, help me get what we need. And I may... We have been nearly overwhelmed with all that has happened over the last few weeks, but I have still spent some time doing my own research, when I can. These phantoms, the vortex. Fascinating subject, really. If only there were... I know. We have encountered... Second, these horrors, we have managed to... Well, I do hope you are not questioning the thoroughness of my research. The process is simple enough that any industrial, and depending on... Just look up. I'm sure you have at least some idea of how much we have physically lost. A huge portion, and those left behind. I hope that eventually we... Not enough to have prevented it from happening. It had been Enasco's primary goal for some time. A way to recreate Jinan Varun's encounter. Everything we knew about towards the end.
Să-l sumoneze pe marele om. Gata. O să fie și acțiune.
I have never considered, but I left some... Yes, depending on... We have been nearly overwhelmed with these phantoms.
Ok, deci trebuie să fac 3 case.
No shame at all. What you have done goes beyond
Grades up and keep you.
disgraceful. It is morbid, disgusting.
Trebuie să ajung casele astea să
In your head for shame. But instead, here you
mă
are,
ajute la rândul lor.
acting like a comic.
You know what they say. The bigger the statue, the bigger the insecurity. One giant leap for humankind.
Trebuie să dorm undeva. Am deja help. Nașpa. Acum o să dorm în navă până mă vindec. Asta e nava mea, care ți-o faci tu cum vrei. O construiești de la zero, ca și design.
You've got something for me?
Stai că nu e ceapatul.
I like your style.
Hai că aici trec altfel orele. Am dificultatea foarte mare și trebuie să mă și hrănesc. Și să beau. Bine, să văd eu ce armă mi-a dat asta, mi-a dat ceva cu mov. O sabie.
Only one body.
Asta e nava mea.
Remember this.
Hai să mă dau facțiunea asta să înceu.
Sorry, you do not have approval to trade with me.
E, nu. Uite.
The incident was a terrifying show of Serpent's power. This is foolish, Victor. The High Council needs access to the power grid if we hope to restore the city. Your inability to provide a legitimate excuse for denying them will only last so long.
Victoria is right. I know you're angry, but you can't let personal matters interfere with what may be best for everyone.
Personal matters? This is a Ministry of State matter, and I will handle it as I see fit. He is a traitor. He turned his back not only on his family, but on our people's entire belief system. The fact that he still breathes is a stain upon the House Vethal name.
You would doom us all with your pride.
I will do as I please as head of this house. If you are not a member of House Vethal, you do not belong here. Another High Council lackey come begging? I told Lovick no more.
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Victor, this is Anasco's chosen. You recall Lovick sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help, especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council. You must act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Varric has left, and until he returns, Victor refuses to assist the council.
These are hardly matters for the ears of an outsider. You oversimplify. You would think us incapable of such a You are an outsider.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for? A third party capable of finding...
Yes, you said so. And if he's become...
Perhaps I have... Tell me, Reverend, are you well practiced in discretion? I have heard reports on Ryujin from the ministry. This news gives me, as Vittoria mentioned, my son. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the great serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wish... First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer, as if our house has not suffered enough.
This is not grief. This is betrayal. Not only to me, but I do not wish Varric. All must serve. Exceptions show weakness, and we cannot afford...
We have done the same for Len. You act as if death is the only act. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my choice. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Varric.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse.
I have never been more... Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Varric has a signet ring with House Vithal's family crest. Bring it to me. Only then will I grant you... There is no other way. The Ministry of State must uphold order. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Varric's associates there may know where he went. Good. And remember, all anyone needs, I will not...
Ok, trebuie să intre pe așa unde e vicăla.
Large as this area is, the barracks are pretty empty. I wonder how many soldiers were lost in the fire.
Quando la club. Se intră. O să fie, dar momentan nu trebuie să rezolv visul ăla.
I got you your favorite from the meat house. Just how you like. It is difficult to imagine Dazra...
This railing is taken. And no, I'm not looking for company. I'm not in the mood. Find someone else to... Varric Vethal. And why should I know anything about the heir apparent? I'm nobody. Ask him yourself, if you find him. Great. Another person reminding me how unimportant I am. Varric.
Jesus.
One day we're inseparable. And the next, I've searched all of Dazra for him. But he's gone. That means he either doesn't want to be found or... well...
Finally, I get to try this.
Ja sam băut ceva să îmi crească persuade-ul. Citesc acolo în dreapta statusurile. %20% persuade, 5 minute.
You think you know someone, Varric. I've searched all of... that means... So, what if I did? Like I said, he doesn't want to be... Really? Yeah. And at a time like this... Yes. And I sure got yelled at plenty of time. Enough of this. Please leave me alone.
You seem to be doing well.
No. You and me both. The worst thing that can possibly... I mean... You'd think B would at least be commiserating. Some friend she is. And I guess I just want Varric to show... Did he trust me? You're right. I wish I could remember something. Anything. Two minds are better than one. I wish there was anything I'm trying. I really am. Wait. I think I remember something now. Tane! He mentioned talking to Tane one day about getting off-world. We never thought. Tane's a regular. I'm sure he'll be...
Și să aștept pe Tane. Cine naiba-i Tane?
Just trying to survive one more day.
My job, and everyone I worked with. I cannot believe they are gone.
Hope things start looking up soon around here. Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise? Oh, wow. You really bought in, huh? I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing. Tell me about it. I've been toting stuff back and forth, but then these people lose... It sure has. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for? Beric Vathal, huh? That's no small name. Well, I guess that depends, Reverend. Who wants to know? Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Vathal's number. And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other. Nice to see we operate on the same... I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races. Yep, when it comes to my stuff, I'm not just gonna hand off. After you. Once we're outside of Dazra, just head out the west gate.
Gata, începe acțiunea.
This city, I can hardly understand what I am seeing.
I would have scanned that too.
Just keep heading northwest of Dazra.
Știu. Ți-am zis că mai altfel joc. Doar că m-am încărcat așa.
Got any questions for me? Before I might have.
Stai că m-am îngreunat. Dalul ăla să-mi țină itemele.
We should go over our evidence, right?
Și unde se merge? Acolo cred că e. Scanez animalele și mi arată de fiecare. După aia, fac peaceful. Uite, abia început DLC-ul. Probabil că te introduce în poveste.
Hope you can handle this. Doubt they'll be coming back.
Uite că au omorât.
Nice work extracting that sample. Is this for science, profit, or snacks? These kind of places often have no security unless they're, you know, sketchy.
Bring it!
Sunt imuni.
Where'd they go? Lost. She's probably just gone.
All yours. Oh, hey. I hope you slept well. You seemed pretty exhausted.
Am putere să încetinesc timpul. metri. Este 46. Nu pot intra aici.
I know a guy. They call him because he'll fix you up in exchange for a bottle.
Level 100. Mamma, ei me nimic, dă-te, mă, da.
May as well, right?
Așa să hăcuim. Stangarele nu sunt legendare. Hai să mă după ăla. Metri. Change health.
Your corpse shall feed the great serpent. You will not last long fighting me!
I can handle this.
Asta 31 de metri. Până s-a dus. Acho que sunt turci. Tranquilo, mă. Da. Deci mă urcă, nu știu unde e. Deci mai pot să mai ieși de aici. Da, cred că mă pe ăla sau bine sunt de pic. Este cum că merge. Sincer, cred că s-a blocat.